Gilbert Burns versus Neil Magny takes place this weekend on the main card of UFC 283, Teixeira versus Hill. And this is a good one in the welterweight division. I mean, Masvidal would have been a better fight. Let's be real. Way better fight. But this is a good one, though. Neil Magny, Gilbert Burns. An interesting fight, at least, in the welterweight division. You got Gilbert Burns, a big favorite here over Neil Magny. Coming off a war against Khamzat Chimaev. A big war against Khamzat, which was a great fight. Back and forth. He gave Khamzat his toughest fight, and he proved Khamzat to be a bit human in the octagon. And it was a war. He eventually lost the fight, though, 29-28 decision, losing the first and third round, but won the second round, though. But Neil Magny, he's been hit and miss recently. Like, he beat Daniel Rodriguez. And on his last fight, he beat Daniel Rodriguez. Good win, but, it's Daniel Rodriguez, who we kind of see now is to not be that great. And Shavkat beat him by guillotine. Max Griffin arguably beat him. He beat Jeff Neal, which just makes no sense, but Chiesa dominates him. He beats Robbie Lawler. I think this is a good fight in the welterweight division. I think this is a tough one for Gilbert Burns, but I think he can pass this. He should. He should pass Neil Magny. Alright? Other guys has been able to pass him. Shavkat, who we have seen to be a little bit overhyped. Well, he's not overhyped, but he is, though, kind of, right? But he passed Neil Magny. Easy work. Let's move on. Jeff Neal. I think Gilbert Burns can win this one. And the only reason he's taking this is Magny called him out. Neil Magny called him out for a fight after his win over Daniel Rodriguez. If he didn't call out, I bet you it would have been Burns versus Bilal if Magny didn't call out Burns. So Burns was just waiting for Masvidal. Masvidal didn't respond because Masvidal's a bitch, inactive loser that doesn't want to fight anymore. And he's retired and his last fight's Colby Covington. I hope he didn't get the McGregor payday money because he's done nothing but complain and whine. But Magny versus Burns. I think Gilbert Burns passes this. I think he can. Magny's good and he has good jabs. And Usman was able to figure out figure out Burns with the jabs. But Magny doesn't have any power behind his shots. He doesn't have any power behind his shots. Like, yeah, he might have some power, but I don't think he has enough as hell power to put away Gilbert Burns, who we call Chitty. We do call him Chitty sometimes, but he took bombs off Khamzat Chimaev. Bombs. Big bombs off Khamzat. Like, yeah, he got dropped with the one jab in round one, but I just don't think Magny has enough power like Khamzat and Usman. I don't think Magny has the power in his hands. Sure, Magny can out-jab Burns for 3 rounds like he did Jeff Neal. That could happen. But then again, Jeff Neal, how did he beat Jeff Neal? This is one of these fights, man, when Burns don't show up. But then again, Jeff Neal kind of struggles with the range sometimes in his fights. Wonderboy kind of set the blueprint on him, I think Burns has got this one with the grappling. Burns was out grappling Wonderboy at moments, and I think Wonderboy, and this is the problem I have with Magny. His takedown defense ain't there, and I think he didn't have a lot of worry here. It's in Brazil, and the pressure is on Burns. If Burns fought Masvidal, it'd be 50-50. Whoever wins. Good fight. But this is all on Burns. He's getting his big moment on pay-per-view against what should be a bit of a gimme fight here in Neil Magny. So if Burns loses this, I think it's a downfall from here. But I think he'll win. Magny was getting out-grappled by D-Rod at moments, who isn't really a grappler, let's be real. I know he found the choke in round 3, but still. You know? Still. I just think that he'll beat. I think that Magny will lose to Burns. Shavkat beat him without grappling him. Max Griffin was on bombs, dropping Magny. I thought he put Magny out cold in round 1. I think Burns can have that power if he needs to. And Jeff Neely beat. Chiesa out-grappled him. Like, say what you say about Shavkat. But Max Griffin arguably beat him. And Chiesa dominated him on the ground for 5 rounds. And Magny has no brain in his fight sometimes. You know? He beat Lawler, but that was on short notice. And Lawler's done now at this point. And Anthony Rock and Martin arguably beat him. I don't see Magny out-grappling Burns. I don't see that happening. I know Hamzat took him down, but Hamzat kind of needed to. And it's Hamzat. It's not like a bum took down Burns. You know, it's Hamzat Chimaev. Yeah. I'm picking Burns. Wonderboy arguably has better takedown defense. And I'll say this. Stephen Thompson arguably has better takedown defense than Neil Magny. I know you might be laughing at that as of late, but Wonderboy was stuffing takedowns like here and there. You know, he made it very close in that Burns fight. I think Burns will go out there and get a first round sub, rear naked choke win. I think he gets it. I think he does. And he can get a KO if he needs to, because Magny's hittable, and he got dropped by Max Griffin, and he arguably lost the fight to Max Griffin. And Max Griffin, it's not even like Max Griffin's looking great now. Like, he went to a close fight with Tim Means. You know? I'm going Burns. I think Burns wins it. But you never know. What if Magny just wins and he's now in the top 5? Like, that's just how it can go. And we can see Magny Covington or something like that. That's what can happen. For sure. It 100% can happen like that. And we have Shavkat beating Neil, and Shavkat and Magny in the top 5. And Shavkat's number 4, Magny's number 5. That's how it can go. But I think Magny's gonna lose this. Realistically, if you look at this fight, Burns is gonna smash him. This is an easy win for Burns. He gets it done. You know? But it's just that worry. In Brazil, Burns always just shivers in the moment. Like, against Hamza, I know he went after him, but I think he wanted to prove a point. Like, this Hamza kid's nothing. But I think he might be overlooking Magny here. And like a veteran that's been around for a while, never got his moment at the top. You know? Never got his actual solidified moment at the top. You know? I think maybe Burns, because now he has a bit of hype in his hands now. After that Hamza fight, even though he lost, he has a bit of hype. Like if Burns loses this, it's a hype train derailment, kind of, for him. Not a hype train derailment, but he has a bit of a name now. And that could just go down the drain if he loses this one. I'm going with him, though. I think he'll win it. And he said in interviews, like, he's focused on Neil Magny. He's focused on getting it to the ground. And I think he will do it. Rear naked choke, round 1. I know he could finish Stephen Thompson, but Thompson could do really much at the range versus him. You know? I got him winning this one. I don't see Magny yet. If Magny had power behind his shots, maybe I'd hedge a bet on Magny, but his takedown defense just isn't there, and his IQ sometimes isn't there. Like, he just pulls guard against Shavkat like an idiot. I don't think he wins it. 35 years old for Magny, so it's now or never for him. Let's be real. Like, this, he needs to win this fight if he wants to be anything, a champ or anything. But he's making good money. I don't see him winning this. Like, who is he KO'd? He out-grappled Li Jingliang. He could out-grappled Rock Martin, which was a close fight where he arguably lost. He out-grappled Robbie Lawler. Got out-grappled by Chiesa. Outstruck Jeff Neal. Should have lost to Max Griffin, but close fight. Lost to Shavkat. beat Daniel Rodriguez. You know? It's nothing special, man. Like, I think Burns got this one in the bag. Winner of this one can fight. I don't know. Maybe Masvidal. Maybe we can do the Masvidal Burns fight finally. If Burns wants to turn around for March, let's hope he doesn't take much. Let's hope he gets an early, quick sub, and he can turn around for March. Why wouldn't you, man? You don't fight often either way. You know, you fought twice in 2021. Last year once. This year once. Like, so turn around and fight. I don't know. Fight freaking Masvidal in March. Why not? Why not? You know, have a few weeks off. First off, celebrate a little. Get back into the training camp in like 3 weeks. Not 3 weeks. I don't know. And just schedule a fight with Masvidal in London. Why not? Same with Magny. Magny will show up as well. He's always ready, Magny. So, yeah, that can be a case. Magny Masvidal can also be it. Probably not, though. But Masvidal, winner of this one versus Masvidal, if it's Burns. Yeah, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I think Gilbert Burns gets this one done. I just think Gilbert Burns is just going to win this. Like, can Magny KO Burns? No. It's not going to happen. Magny's not going to KO Burns. Can Burns KO Magny? Yes. Can Magny out-grapple Burns? No. Can Burns out-grapple Magny? Yes. More option for Burns. I think he gets it done. He could just shiver under the moment on pay-per-view and cry. Hopefully not, though. He beat Wonderboy, you know, on a McGregor card. I think he'll win this one. And that was international fight week. I think it was McGregor Poirier 3. This is I know this is the first pay-per-view card back, but it's not as big. He's been in the moments and he's won it. Burns gets it done, and he should get finished. If he pulls off another Wonderboy, that'd just suck. Because everyone start hating him again until he gets another fun fight. But yeah, I think he gets a sub. Yeah, this is a prediction breakdown of Gilbert Burns versus Magny. I got Burns, and yeah, peace.